welcome to the Just for Gamers video game podcast. Episode 211, Shootout. In this week's episode, we buy some shoes.
Collectively 3 pairs.
JfG Ash now has 2 ears.
And eyes.
JfG Alex will be stabbed.
But not this time, buddies.
What the fuck is Sonic?
It's hard to say.
And finally, we get some new followers on the live stream.
Welcome, buddies. Hello and welcome to the JfG Podcast. This is episode 211. My name is Alex and I'm joined as ever by my very good friend Ash. Hey buddy, how you doing this week?
Hey buddy, feeling good on a Wednesday as always. Yeah. Sparkly thoughts give me the hope to go on, and I'm just laughing because you just sound like a fucking robot right now, and I'm struggling. Yeah, really badly.
Oh dear. Well, there's not a lot I can do about that, unfortunately.
No, unfortunately
I am
not.
Currently turning into a robot, so
this will happen.
It's an affliction. I don't want to be discriminated against by you of all people.
Beep boop.
Biddy biddy beep.
Biddy beep boop. So I'm guessing I might as well start off this week's talk about what I've been doing. Go on then. I went on a bike ride. I mean, I didn't go on a bike. I took the kids for a bike ride.
Did you run alongside?
Well, my youngest is 3 and she can't ride a bike, so she's got one of those bikes where you've got a pushchair thing at the back. You just push it and they sit there. It's lovely.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all right.
AKA cheating.
Yeah, cheating. Yeah, which was nice.
Lovely.
So that was cool. Did that on Saturday, quite hungover. I just felt like getting out of the fucking house, to be honest, because I was like, I can't sit in here and feel horrible. Let's go outside and get some fresh air. And it did the job. It made me feel a lot better. Had a nice walk around the country park. And it was good. Then after that, I took the kids to Frankie and Benny's.
Oh, what a treat.
It was a little bit of a treat, Not really, but, it was a bit of a treat. And it was different compared to going to McDonald's or KFC or something. I was like, let's go and sit down for a bit. Yeah, that wasn't a great idea because kids are shitbags and they don't sit still. But it was nice little bit of family time. Obviously, I had the kids on my own on Saturday. The missus was a spa day,
Pointless.
Like they do, sure. And then
cool. Yep.
And then I was like, you know what, let's go and buy some treats for the kids. Let's go and splash the dosh. Obviously not a lot. I think my youngest got about £3 spent on her. Got some kind of lion face stretchy thing with a ball inside it that flashed. And I was like, fucking, you're sorted.
Ticks every box.
It does.
Does it have a lion face?
Yes.
Has it got a ball inside?
Yes.
Does it flash?
Yes.
3 for fucking 3, mate. There you are.
And for £3, mate, you can't go wrong. I wanted an Xbox One controller for my PC because I hate connecting up the DualShock 4 to it because you've got to use like third-party software and some other bollocks to get it working, and it always fucks up. And I was like, you know what, let's just buy one. So I said, right, to my son, all right, Milo, we'll get you an Xbox One controller that we can share. You can pick the colour. So we went to Argos and they sell the fucking cheapo Power A ones or whatever they're called. One sec, let's have a look. I've got the box right here. Yeah, Power A. Enhanced wired controller. I was like, that'll do.
Has it got the buttons underneath?
Yeah, it does. It has 2 advanced gaming buttons, or boutons d'action avancée. There you go.
Yeah,
that's French.
I bought the very same controller for the missus, buddy, for when she plays Xbox with me. So.
But did you get the one with lightning on?
My one is a nice chrome. It's quite tasteful.
I've seen the nice chrome one. Yeah. See, we bought these at work because obviously we're using Unity now, and I was like, well, we need some controllers, and I got the chrome ones for work. But yeah, my son was like, I want the lightning one. I'm like, mate, you can have the lightning one. You can have that, and I will use it.
I think they're a bit of a bargain, really, for the price. I don't think they're too bad at all.
I think it was £5 off at the moment, so it was like 20 quid. I was like, fucking, I'll buy that for 20 quid. That'll do.
Yeah, but it's because the officials are like £60 and shit
man,
still.
They're crazy.
Insane.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm not paying that kind of shit.
Right.
So yeah,
buddy, we were almost talking about video games in the intro. Here.
In the intro, I know. I'm sorry. So yeah, like I've said, I've wanted to utilize my PC a bit more. So I was like, I'll get a controller for it, so I don't have to fuck about. Because that's one of the off-putting things when you got a PC. And I mean, I can use keyboard and mouse, but I want to like sit back, put my feet up, and enjoy myself. Really, probably that's it. Yeah, just enjoy myself while I'm playing it. So. A controller would be better for that. So yeah, got one of them. And finally, buddy, third child, the middle child, we went into JD Sports. Now, I haven't been into JD Sports probably ever. I don't know. I needed a sports shop anyway, because she needs some new shin pads. I was like, let's get two birds with one stone, or whatever the saying is. And I was like, right, we'll get you some really good new shin pads. And she was like, oh yeah, that's awesome, Dad. Fucking JD Sports is not a sports shop. I did not know this. It's just like Nike shop or Adidas, like tracksuits, and then fashionable trainers that cost like £170. I'm like, wow, this is a really shitty shop for sport, isn't it?
Yeah, you want Sports Direct, mate. UK's number one and proud owners of Newcastle United Football Club.
I know. So. I know this. I know this now.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, there was no fucking other sports shop. Let me say that again. There is just no sports shop in this retail outlet area. So fucking JD Sports is a bag of wank, and I advise no one to go there.
That's not good enough either from Mike Ashley, because they don't spend any money on fucking signings, so you'd think he could at least open a shop in Nottingham.
Oh, there's one in the centre of Nottingham, but this is on the outskirts in like some like little, offshooty thingy where there's like a Frankie and Benny's and stuff, and then
I'm just saying
boots.
He should open one where you want it, where it's convenient
it's
for you.
It's true. It would make it a lot easier, because I wanted to get some shin pads for my daughter, and I couldn't. So obviously... Yeah. I was like, shit, what can I do now? So we went to TK Maxx, buddy, to the toy section, and ended up buying a remote control car that goes, I think it was like 15 kilometers an hour. I was like, that's fast enough for me.
Fucking why not?
I know.
Why not, eh?
It's, I can't remember the name of it, but it's fucking green. It's like a rally one. I was like, that's the one for us. £15 in the bag. So I managed to drag that little section out for a bit, which was nice. And what else have I done? I've been mecca busy at work, which I've written down. The website that we're making is launching this week. So I've been working from home as well, like in an evening this week. Like not a long time, like an hour each evening, just to get fucking shit done, because it seems like I'm the only one that's dealing with this. Everyone else is like, yeah, this is the new thing we're doing. Ash, have you done that yet? I'm like, yeah, nearly. I'm on it. Don't worry about it. I'll sort it out. I'll get that shit done. So yeah, mecca busy at work, which means I haven't had fucking time to work on, what was it called? Isometric Crazy Trick Shot Golf Game this week. But luckily... JJ in the Discord has been requesting some features for the game, which I'm penciling in. One of them was a voice pack, so we'll have to do some recordings of like, you fucked it, you twat, or stuff like that. We'll put that in there. And then the other one was, I think it was like when you miss and it has to go back to the start. I can't remember what he put in it. He like, oh, you fucked it. Pretty much what I said there. But it just reminds me of the fun times when we were at college and we used to go crazy golf pretty much every day. And
it was a daily thing.
It was a daily thing. Where was it? Down at the Strand or something? I can't remember.
It was at the Strand in Gillingham.
There it is. Good times. If you've ever been there,
it's
good for you.
It's I mean, congratulations if you have been there. It's quite. I mean, we've got thousands of listeners in the Medway towns.
It's true. Obviously. It's true. They know.
Those that I haven't alienated by suggesting that anyone who goes there will get stabbed immediately.
It's true.
Is still listening, I'd imagine, and probably fondly remembering the Strand's crazy golf course, which may or may not still exist.
Yeah, and our favourite saying back then was "back to the start, buddy." So,
back to the start.
Back to the start. That's it. Got to emphasise the start at the end there.
Yeah, because that's where you're going back to.
Yeah, because it's where you're going to. Indeed, buddy.
Yeah.
So that will be popping up on screen every time you miss, I believe.
like it.
So yeah, buddy, that's pretty much my week. Just been fucking busy and playing loads of Division 2. So I have nothing else to talk about in this podcast.
Excellent.
Yeah. So there you go, buddy. How about you? How's your week been?
It's been all right. I've been at work. That's been work.
Oh, pardon me. He did it.
Yep.
Nice.
So that was work. But other than that, at the weekend, I had some weekend times, buddy. We went to town after having a big old lay-in, watching some sport. Went to town, and I got some new booties, buddy. I got some new shoes from Sports Direct. So there we are.
This week's episode sponsored by...
There's a link, buddy.
Yeah. What?
There's a link for you in the old pod notes there, so you can see the shoes that I bought this week.
That's a big link.
It is.
Are they? What kind of shoes are they? Are they shoes or trainers?
Well, I needed smart shoes. I have now got some smart shoes, but I saw these on my travels, and I don't know about you, buddy, but I was like, they look like something I want on my feet.
I mean, the name is fantastic.
They're Soviet Whitehall, and they got a little strip on them, and they were only £22. So fucking quid's in, mate.
That's bargain, mate. Oh, I bought some flip flops this week.
Go on, it's been Shoe Town this week. Absolute Shoe Town. I've got 2 pairs of shoes.
211 Shoe Town.
Shoe Town.
Well done.
I got some smart shoes from TK Maxx, buddy, as well.
TK Maxx. Oh, mate, we've been all fuck
them
mate.
And Mike Ashley.
Yeah.
I also went to a camping shop in town, which looks like some sort of fucking Jewish temple.
Right.
I never really understood why.
What are they
now
called?
Now I know why.
Synagogue?
Synagogue, yeah.
Educated
it looks a
me.
lot like a synagogue. I now know why it looks like that. It's because it was one.
There you go.
And I probably could have got there on my own, but didn't. I bought a coat in there.
Yeah, you did.
I'm going on holiday. I'm going to need decent clothes for holiday, so I've been getting clothes for holiday. Because I'm going to Wales. That's right.
Who's going to Wales? I mean, someone has to. Yeah.
I'm going to Snowdonia in June, buddy. I'm going to go on the world's fastest zip line. I'm going to go on a trampoline that's stretched across a crevasse in a cave.
What?
I'm going to climb a mountain.
I mean, that sounds like you can do stuff there.
Yeah, well, I need to get a bit fitter because I don't know how well any of that's going to go at this point.
It's not going to work out very well, I'd say.
Yeah, so I've been getting G'd out, buddy, and then we celebrated my newfound purchases with a trip to a restaurant that I had not been to before.
What?
I know.
Subway.
I'd been meaning to go for some time, and it's called Sachira, and it's a Thai restaurant.
Thai, yeah.
And it's fucking wonderful, buddy.
Well, there you go.
Special fucking
there
foods.
There you go. Oh, fucking... happy days, really.
It was a good Saturday. Sunday, went back to Medway, buddy, and left again shortly after without getting stabbed.
Yeah, he did it.
So I've done it again. I'm pushing my luck somewhat at this point.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's inevitable I will be stabbed, but
One
I have
day.
yet to be stabbed. So that's quite good. Literally shit all else, buddy. I'm looking forward to another bank holiday weekend. I've got a wedding to go to, which is unfortunate. Although, free booze, I guess, and it's only a 10-minute drive from here, so that's handy. A couple of good points.
Yeah, that's what you want.
Yeah, and going to stay in a windmill in Rye on Sunday night because it's mine and the missus' 8-year anniversary.
Whoa!
So there you go.
Big
or is
news.
It 7? It's 7 or 8.
One of the two.
7,
buddy.
maybe 8.
Yeah, that's right. I don't know how long I've been with my wife now.
I think it's 7.
How old my kids are either. I forget how old
your kids
I am.
are either.
No, I don't. I forget how old I am on a daily basis.
I do. I have to work it out. I have to work it out from what year it is.
It's bad when you get to that age. I think it's not when you get to that age. It's when you just don't give a fuck at the end of the day, isn't it? You're like, oh yeah, I'm old-ish. I'm getting on.
It's a full-blown gibbon.
You know.
It really is.
It's happening. Yeah. Time. It's relevant.
Gibbons. So yeah, that's me, buddy. Nothing else to report. It's quiz night tomorrow night.
Quizzy.
Became second last time round, so we're hoping to go for the fucking victoire this time.
Top dog.
Although obviously the most important thing with the pub quiz is the drinking and then the trivia. And that's something that everyone taking part needs to remember. So buddy, before we head into gaming times, out of Shoetown and into what we've been playing, I must ask what you're drinking this evening.
Firstly, I've remembered something that I did this week.
Okay, go on. Yeah.
I now have 2 ears, which I know everyone was like, fucking hell, he's only got 1 ear, but now I have 2, which is good.
He's un-Van Goghed himself.
I did.
Here we are
Stuck it back on, went to the
stereo
doctor.
Hearing.
And then 20 minutes later, and after a nice ear washing, so much wax came out. It was fucking horrible.
Lovely.
There was lumps of it, and they were like, yeah, that's a lot. I was like, I know. Look at that.
You now have justifiable reason to listen to the stereo remasters of various Beach Boys albums.
That's
and
true.
Beatles albums.
I could do that.
Rather than just the mono originals, buddy. And that's nice. It's nice to hear.
It is good news.
Literally nice to hear.
So yeah, swiftly moving on to what I've been, what I'm drinking, what I have been drinking, and that's the I'm on the 1079 project again, buddy. Nipped into Aldi again this week on my way back from somewhere, I can't remember where, and picked up 16 for £10 because that's how I do.
Very nice.
Gibbons, buddy. So what are you on?
I'm on the pint cans of Stella this evening, buddy.
He's on the pint cans of Stella. He's on the usual. What was it? The standard? I can't remember what he used to call it. I think it was the standard. Yeah, he's on the standard.
The standard. Yeah. I wasn't going to. I've got a bottle of wine in the fridge. I was going to just tuck into a bottle of wine this evening. And then, it was a particularly busy day at work, and I found myself in the off license and picking up the Stella. I say off license, it certainly isn't one of those. It's a newsagent's. If it was an off license, I would have better beer. But it's,
that is true.
It's a newsagent's, so I've got the pints of Stella, buddy.
That'll do, though. That will do.
Gibbons. And with that in mind, we should probably go and talk about what we've been playing, because the topic of this week's podcast, buddy, is in fact video games.
Fuck
although
off.
You wouldn't necessarily know it at this point.
No chance.
So do you want to kick things off, buddy?
Sure.
What have you been playing this week? I've been
playing way too much Division 2 this week. Like, this is probably the week that I've played the most of this game, and I put like 40 hours into that first week.
God.
Yeah. I'm up to World Tier 5 now, buddy. Woo! We made it. It's been a funny way of getting there, because there's like 4 of us that are playing together and not together and at different times. So it's a case of trying to get everyone up to the same stage. You know how it is with games where you can progress on your own and then you've got to help your buddies out and stuff like that. So it's been a case of going back and going through old missions, helping out buddies get up to the right gear score to get through to the next level, which has been loads of fun, and has meant that I've earned over 6 million XP this week. which is quite a lot
boast
of XP. Yeah, it's not the highest in the clan. I think it's 5th in the clan for the week. I think that's probably the highest I'm ever going to get. But yeah, 6 million.
I hope so.
Yeah, I mean, Top Dog, which is Trophy Addicts, yesterday he was on 10 million XP for the week. He's fucking smashed it.
Well, you've got to have a hobby, haven't you?
You've got to do something, you know.
It's important to unwind. So,
Indeed, it is, buddy. Yeah, it's been good. I have been looking at a website called divisionbuilder.com. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but it's actually built by one of the guys that is working on our website at work. I think I spoke about how I was wearing a Destiny t-shirt, and he was like, "Oh, you play Destiny?" And I was like, "Yeah, what are you playing now?" And he's like, "Oh, Division." And he's like, "Oh, have you seen this website? I made it." I was like, "Fuck me, that's amazing." It's where you can go on and design all your gear sets, and it's got all the perks and stuff on there, and you can customize it all and check it all out, buddy. If you're playing the Division 2, definitely check it out. He's added a login feature now where you can fucking save all your gears and have multiple sets, and yeah, it's really fucking good. And I've been using that this week to try and make my Division 2 build, where I'm using a sniper rifle and an assault rifle, which has been very useful, I must say. It's very good. It's a fucking awesome game, buddy.
What's that website?
That's divisionbuilder.com. It might not be, but I reckon that's what it is.
Well, that's good enough for me, buddy.
I'll quickly check while you tell us what you've been playing this week, buddy.
Well, you're going to want to hear about this. Obviously, you know, we've had Ash with his Division 2 talk, a relatively new game, although getting a bit dated at this point. Whereas
maybe
myself, buddy.
Yeah, go on.
I've been on the absolute, like, furthermost forefront of video gaming right now. The most modern of releases, as usual. So this week I've been playing the Golf Club 2, Star Wars The Force Unleashed, and the Mega Man Collection Volume 1.
Fucking sweet, buddy.
What do you want to hear about first? And I know that suggests that you would want to hear about any of them. But I'm afraid I'm going to have to push you for a choice.
Can I choose? I'd like to hear about the Golf Club 2, buddy. If that's possible.
The Golf Club 2
yes.
Is the second in the series of the Golf Club games.
Is this the one with the PGA license, or is that 2019, the Golf Club?
That is 2019, which we will revisit later on in the podcast for better or worse. But this is the Golf Club 2, and it is a dramatic improvement over the Golf Club.
Oh, that's nice to hear.
It is infinitely better than the Golf Club, which wasn't a difficult task, but they have managed it. You'll also be pleased to hear, dear listeners who maybe heard me talking about how terrible the Golf Club 1 was only 2 or 3 weeks ago, that the improvements don't stretch to the commentary, which remains what seems like a young man in his bedroom just occasionally going, "Yeah, no, that was a good shot."
Well done there.
Or oh, not bad.
Yeah.
And in the tutorial,
almost.
I did the tutorial. I don't know if the first one had a tutorial. I don't remember it having one, or maybe I just ignored it. But in the tutorial, it's literally... I started warming to this commentary because it isn't commentary at all. It's like when you turn on the fucking audio commentary on a DVD.
Yeah.
Or, it's like the developer.
Where in this scene, the stuff happened, and then fucking this guy just farted in the background, and what fucking...
It's
everyone
genuinely...
laughed.
It's like, welcome to the... And it's literally like this, with the pauses and everything. This guy, and I think he's a Canadian dude, but he's just like, welcome to the tutorial.
Yeah.
And so first off, we're going to have a little go at, chipping onto the green. So you want to use the stick there and take a swing. You can see the old meter at the bottom there. So... yeah. and then it
so
gives
why
you
not
control.
have a go? You know,
Yeah, and
or
you
not,
have a go,
or
and
just
then he's like,
whatever.
He's like, oh yeah, good one. And then it moves on to the next. The
You
next
did
thing. It's pretty wonderful, actually.
Nice.
I really like it. But yeah, the best thing about the golf club too is that they don't seem to have chucked the fucking user created content behind a paywall, which was
That's always nice.
Ridiculous decision on the
that is
first
insane.
game. Which means that you can just play these like hundreds of stupid golf courses that people have spent ages making.
Yeah.
Like, really dumb shit. Basically what the Rory McIlroy sort of editions, the Battlefield editions should have been. I played a 9-holer the other night, all of them par 5s, and they're just like mountains, like the greens on top of a mountain. There was another one where it just spawns you in like 1,000 feet above sea level, and the whole fairway is on like an 80-degree incline, and you just putt off the top. It's like crazy golf, and it just spirals all the way down through like the undulating scenery. And another one where I just got stuck in like a 100-foot pothole, just like fell down there, and I'm just like desperately trying to flop the ball out of this fucking little chunk of scenery.
Quite the challenge.
Yeah, I mean, it's got some great proper golf courses on there as well, and it also means that, you know, people can make stuff like Carnoustie and Sawgrass themselves.
Yeah, which is cool.
It's much, much better. I still don't think it's a particularly good game, but it's certainly like a 7 out of 10 game, where the previous one was maybe like a 4 out of 10 game.
So compared to Rory McIlroy EA Presents Sports Golf, how does it compare?
I would say it's probably on a par.
Okay, well that'll do. I like it. Nice.
Yeah, it's about level, I'd say, with it, and that obviously means that this is shite because that game came out 5 years ago.
Yeah.
But it's all right. It's a little bit more simmy than Tiger Woods, although you can make Tiger Woods not. You know, I still call it that because that's basically what
that's
fucking
what it is. Yeah,
you can still make that simmy by turning off all of the like ball, like arcadey spins.
Yeah, and the spins
sort of
and whatnot. Yeah, and that stuff.
But yeah,
nice.
The animation and everything is probably actually better on the golf club too, and it's just got quite a nice feel to it. It's just quite fun to play golf games. They're quite relaxing. So
they are indeed.
So yeah, I've been playing a bit of that. Another one that I have been meaning to play for a little while, Star Wars: The Force Unleashed. It's a 360 game. It's pretty old now.
Yep.
I played the demo of it years ago on the 360. I wasn't really sure about it. Turns out that I'm far more interested when it's free and part of a giant library of games I can just download on a whim.
That will happen.
I really like it. It's good fun. It's a little bit of a one-trick pony in that it seems like the only real way to play it is force-pushing objects, like picking them up and throwing them. Which kind of defeats the object of everything else. But it's got some quite nice stuff in there, like when you go into a boss battle, then it cuts out to a sort of Soul Calibur-esque kind of, you know, side-on camera, and you can kind of block and shift and stuff, and the combat's quite satisfying in that respect. I always enjoy a Star Wars game, really, like, that's got the license, it's got all the music, it creates a mood that means the game
of course it does. That was one of the beautiful things about Battlefront when it, the first-person shooter that came out, 4 years ago or something?
It had the feel. It
really had that epic Star Wars shit. Yeah, it was
absolutely ace. Yeah, and this has got that as well. You start off as Vader, going into like Wookiee town and doing a bit of a murder. You rescue a little boy, he becomes your protege, and then you start the game as the kid, like as a teenager, and you're going off to try and hunt and kill Jedis and shit.
Standard. Cool. Sorry, we've got Covert Lee in the chat. He's just talking about Tiger Woods. He says, I remember playing Tiger Woods golf, and the funny players we used to create on the Create a Golfer section. I can remember making some absolute hideous freaks and laughing my ass off when they walked out onto the green.
Fucking right.
It's always a brilliant one.
I always used to make really old men, really tiny old men, and then just absolutely just Scottish the shit out of them with the little bobble fucking hat and the little shorts and everything. That was kind of my go-to move. Yeah, I mean, again, worth noting that all of those old Tiger Woods games are better than
Indeed
the latest offering, the Rory McIlroy one, which is just
Terrible.
like all EA Sports games. They are slowly making them worse and removing all their features.
I love it.
It's a real exact science from them.
Yeah,
but yeah, I mean,
they do a good job.
Those old Tiger Woods games are pretty fucking special. And
yes.
Force Unleashed is good fun. I'm enjoying playing through it. I'm pretty excited about a couple of games that are being added to the collection in May, so that's pretty cool as well. But the only other thing I tried out was the Mega Man Collection, Mega Man Collection 1. I've also downloaded something called Dandara, which looks a little bit like a sort of pixel art 2D side-scroller, as I continue to try and recapture the joy of Celeste without success. Yeah, it's Mega Man. I never played any Mega Man. Obviously, old retro games, sometimes you do need some sort of fucking nostalgia for them. Otherwise, and yeah, I don't have any for this. And as such, it just seems incredibly hard and a little bit shit. And there's the first six Mega Man games here. I swear to God, there's fuck all difference between number 1 and number 6. I was expecting to like come through the NES era into like the SNES era and see like real improvements in graphics and stuff. This looks all the fucking same to me, buddy. It's not for me.
No, obviously not.
It's not for me. So
I mean, I'm trying to think of any Mega Man games that I really played. I remember having one on the Game Boy all those years ago. But yeah, I mean,
I think Mega Man X is the one that I've got it on my little SNES Mini, and that's not too bad. I quite like that. But yeah, this is rubbish, frankly. I don't like it at all. I'm sure if you loved it at the time, then of course this is for you. But yeah, there we are. Those are some games that I've played.
Nice. I mean, I had fuck all, so we'll buy a new game at some point, buddy.
Yeah, probably. It's bound to happen. Maybe we'll have a look at the sale after the pod.
There's a new sale on.
Oh yeah!
Here we go.
All right.
Try to buy some shitty £5 game, play it for a couple of hours, and be like, "Well, that was okay." Yeah,
that was our money's worth. There we go.
Well, yeah, exactly. As long as I get my money's worth, buddy, I'm happy with that.
Gibbons.
Yeah,
there we are. Okay. Unless you've got anything else, buddy, I suppose we should probably move on.
Cool.
And now it's time for the news.
All right. Sorry, the chat is going wild. There's at least 2 people talking right now. I can't keep up with it. But I mean, I'm going to have to... We've got a question here. It's not time for the questions, but we've got a question.
No, we'll do it.
Question time. This is from Vipin87. It's probably wrong because I can't read. What do you guys think of people making a living off bashing games for the sake of it? AKA, people with YouTube channels that just give out like negative reviews and like being like, this is really shit all the time.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that's shitty and terrible, but the only reason that it is something that you can make a success of is because of how terrible people on Earth are.
Yeah, it comes down to that, really, doesn't it?
It's almost like a double disappointment that there's someone out there who wants to do that for a living, and that there's an audience and a market for that person. Yeah,
but that's probably the best way of phrasing that. Well done. You nailed it.
Yeah, no, it's just we try and stay kind of not as
well. We weigh up the positives and the negatives, and then,
I think so.
We do what we do.
I think the most important thing, I mean, you haven't got to give a measured opinion on things if you don't want to, but you do need to recognise that that's your opinion rather than fucking fact and verbatim.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's probably the most important thing.
True.
But Gibbons. Right. I've got some news for you, buddy. Not a lot of news, but I've got
I've got fuck all, I think. I'll make something up, I guess. Yeah. Go on.
I won't be long. Mario Kart Tour beta coming to Android next month. if that's something that you're interested in, then that's coming next month. There you go. That's number one. What do you reckon?
Fucking sweet, mate. Sign me up. I'll play that. No, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I've got a new old phone.
Do we know what it is? Is it like fucking just maps, old maps, or is it something new? Do we actually know anything about it, or?
Don't know a great deal about it. I know that it's going to have multiplayer.
Yeah,
so that's something. But I mean, it's probably something maybe you'd want to play on a tablet, that sort of thing. I don't know. They're just moving into this market. I mean, we had comments a couple of months back from Nintendo basically saying, we don't know if we'll make another console, we might not need to. And when they do stuff like this, like start chucking Mario out, obviously we've already had the Mario sort of infinite runner on the...
it's not great.
You start thinking maybe they just won't make any more hardware. They just slowly port everything over to existing platforms. I don't know. Either way, it's I mean, it's interesting, a little foray into that, and there's a insanely big market there, I suppose. So kind of
definitely.
Fair play. Meanwhile, number 2, buddy, Epic says it will stop exclusivity deals if Steam agrees to an 88% revenue share for all developers and publishers. Their statement said, such a move would be a glorious moment in the history of PC gaming.
Do we know what cut Steam actually takes at the moment?
I think they try and keep that to themselves, and I know that they've made
come out a
adjustments
thing
to it.
Like a while ago saying there's like tiers to it. There's 3 tiers, isn't it? As soon as they make a certain amount of money, it goes to this, and then this, and then this, or something. I vaguely remember something like that coming out a while ago. It was when the Epic Store was kind of first kicking off, and they were like, and that's when the big thing of like, Epic are giving more money to developers, and then like literally the next day, Valve were like, oh, we're doing something like that now.
Yeah, I mean, as I remember it, it was a sort of a revenue agreement of some description, and I think it started off with like 30%. They take, but then it was something like for the first like $5 million or $10 million generated. It's 30, and then it starts like they give more of a share as you said.
After
it's like 25% after 50 million or something ridiculous like that.
Obviously,
but even the highest tier of that, if you make more than $50 million in games revenue, they still take 20%. So
do you reckon isometric golf trick shot game will make that kind of money?
I don't know. I don't really know, buddy. I think you might be paying the 30% if you get yourself on Steam. Not to sort of be down on you at all, but. I mean, whether or not you feel that you will make 10 million worth of sales,
I reckon so.
It's hard to say. Obviously, this is fish in a barrel for. It's really is fish in a barrel for Epic. They can just pretend to be the good guys here because they've got all the money in the world from Fortnite, and they weren't particularly cash poor before that. So
it's true.
Yeah, I don't think that they can compete necessarily with the sort of revenue share that Steam has, so they can just take fucking wild pot shots from a distance if they want to.
Yeah, of course they can. It's ace.
I don't think Valve will be paying any attention.
No.
But I would say that I think it's great that the Epic Store exists. I don't think that exclusivity is a massive deal, in my opinion, on PC. The idea that you have to have a different fucking client installed.
Yeah, I mean, imagine if we could do that on like PlayStation or on Xbox.
Yeah.
Just be like, I'm going to install the Sony exclusives on my Xbox through the Sony app. Oh, no.
If it's the sum of your problems that you don't want some fucking service installed, then like you probably don't really have many problems when it comes to your gaming. But yeah, I mean, obviously they can take random pot shots from here. I'd be surprised if that 88% remained the same on the Epic Store. If we revisit this in a year's time, I wouldn't be that surprised if it was 80% or something like that.
Yeah, true.
But either way, they can do this because, they're nowhere at this point and they can kind of do whatever the fuck they want. So.
Yeah, they're trying to build a basis, a user basis, aren't they? So they're just trying to get all good news stories and stuff. Yeah, publicity and whatever. That stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. Next, Sony says the PlayStation 5 won't launch before April 2020, meaning that I probably win some sort of bet if there was a bet about when that console's launching, because I would imagine that means it will be launching Christmas 2020. So yeah, PS4's now sold 100 million consoles worldwide, or just shy of. That's quite a lot of users, isn't it? That's kind of important to have backwards compatibility when you've got 100 million people who've bought a console.
Yeah, they've done good there.
Pretty special.
They've done well.
So yeah, I mean, we were kind of expecting that anyway. I think it's obviously launching this year, the PS5.
No, unfortunately not. Would have been nice.
But it does beg the question, will Microsoft address that in any way, shape or form when it comes to E3? And again, this is kind of Sony having a bit of a play where they're not holding a conference this year. They can just make fucking wild remarks from a distance and see if it affects anyone. And Microsoft are going to be taken to the stage at E3, for better or worse, this year. And it'll be very interesting to see if they show off anything other than their updated Xbox Ones that I don't think anyone really cares about at this point. Hopefully some of those studios they bought will be making some good video games, buddy. That would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would be.
Yeah.
Just a quickly thing here. One of the Epic Store exclusive, Satisfactory, which isn't a very big game, but it's an exclusive, buddy. It's only sold.
Traction. I mean, it's going really well with the YouTube crowd, definitely.
When it first launched, it only sold 8 copies for quite a while.
Right. Okay.
Thanks to Trophy Alex for pointing that out in the chat.
Yeah. Probably why they're doing so many promo deals on YouTube, which is why I've heard of that game.
That's probably why.
I guess that proves that works eventually. But yeah, speaking of very YouTube-friendly games, buddies, let's talk Minecraft, because Mojang
nice segue.
They've been doing a bit of a charity drive. They had a sort of charity skin and DLC pack, which was free to download, and they pledged that they would donate to the Charity Water, which is a charity pledging for free water for everyone in the world. And they said that when the number of downloads hit 100,000, they would donate $100,000 to charity. And that happened, and they did. So that's very good. £100,000 from Mojang, which is
always nice. Yeah.
To charity.
Do you see that the 10-year anniversary for Minecraft is coming up, and Notch is not anything to do with it because of, obviously, he said bad things.
He's a controversial figure. He kind of was when he was heavily involved in Minecraft, when he created Minecraft. Yeah, interesting. But no, I think it's a bit of a shame, really. But that guy's made some slight errors in judgment when it comes to things that you would say publicly versus privately, and I think he's fallen foul of that a few times.
Gibbons.
So, not that surprising. I mean, they don't owe him anything at this point. They literally bought the product from him. So that's the dictionary definition of not owing someone anything.
Thanks for your business.
Yeah.
Bye. See you around.
Cheers then.
Yeah.
What else have I got? A few more things. Firstly, have you seen the Sonic movie trailer?
I watched it today because I'm guessing we're going to talk about it. So yeah, I watched it.
I thought I'd just bring it up. It looks like a load of shit.
It looks absolutely fucking terrible, buddy.
Yeah, a little bit strange. There's some fairly big actors in it. Jim Carrey for one, playing
Jim
Robotnik
Carrey's there.
by the looks.
That guy that's in other films that playing the policeman, he's in other films.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've
seen his face before.
I've seen him around. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, the animation is horrifying, and I don't understand why Sonic is in the real world. None of it really makes a great deal of sense.
It will all be explained in the movie, buddy. Don't worry about it.
And that's why I'll never know. But at the same time,
I'm gonna watch it.
Well, that's good news, buddy. Someone definitely has to. So
yeah, I'll watch it with the kids.
I nominate you.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
No problem. I mean, with Detective Pikachu on the horizon, I suppose maybe that's what they were kind of
covertly in the chat says, I saw the Sonic trailer. Sonic looks like he's just broken out of a concentration camp.
He does. He does look like some sort of malnourished Eastern European version of Sonic. He goes
on to clarify skinny arms and legs.
Okay, he's gone with that. Yeah. He does look creepy, weird, and horrible. And I think it would be difficult to sell cuddly toys of him.
Yes.
That guy's.
In that form. I mean,
can you imagine how many people had a stab at that design as well? And that's the one.
And they're like, this one is the best.
This is the fucking one.
This is the best one. But it was just an awful trailer. The music, like, why Gangsta's Paradise? Like,
I don't know. And it was never ending. It was just Gangsta's Paradise for like 3 minutes, and
I was just like, what? And then there was a bit when they were blowing up the car or whatever, and it was just fucking trying to chop it up, and I was just like, this is just awful. This is like the worst like editing I've heard for a trailer.
I just don't understand.
Baffling. Absolutely baffling.
I was under the impression, maybe wrongly, that everything related to Sonic has been terrible since 1999. And that's being kind and suggesting that the original Sonic Adventure on the Dreamcast was a modern classic of some description.
That was fantastic.
I mean, I've played it recently.
And it's obviously terrible.
But I don't know anyone who likes it, like, is a current fan of Sonic, and anyone young enough to give a fuck about something like Sonic is now too old. Since Sonic Adventure arrived, I don't know. Maybe I've got this completely wrong, but it just strikes me that surely no one, absolutely no one, gives a fuck about this. That's just.
To be honest, the chat is going mental now with the two people that are in it. This is the hot topic of the moment. Like, we got questions about why the fuck have they got Jim Carrey playing Dr. Robotnik or Dr. Eggman, whatever his name is.
He should at least be in a fat suit or something.
I know.
He was
Why
fat.
is he not fat?
I don't know.
I don't know. It's retarded.
It doesn't make much sense. It looks terrible. I'm sure it will be.
I just don't understand why. Like you said, why is it in our world? What the fuck is the military doing?
Well, there was a suggestion of something alien going on, and I suppose Sonic Adventure and some of the Sonic Team games of late, and worth noting, by the way, Sonic Mania was a brilliant game, but it was only a brilliant game because it was a carbon copy of when that game used to be good. I mean, even that didn't necessarily hold my attention because the world has moved on. I don't know. I don't understand any of it at all. But hey, here we are, a Sonic movie on the horizon.
Cool.
We'll move on.
Please.
Let's move on to Xbox Game Pass, buddy. I don't know if you know this, but I am actually a massive fan of this particular gaming
I've heard
service.
You're a fan of the Xbox Game Pass. We had a question about that earlier.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, asking what do we think about the recent Xbox Live price increase and the current Games for Gold offerings being pretty shit. But we'll get on the Games for Gold later. But, you know, about the price hike. I mean, we spoke about it. I think, was it last episode or the episode before? I don't know, where they're looking at doing a bundle thing with the Game Pass and stuff like that.
I think that's what's happening is they're positioning the prices of each service so that it makes the most sense for you to buy the combined service. So I think they're trying to price the fuck out of it to put you in a position where you feel like, why wouldn't I just get this service? I think that's what they're trying to do. Just leaning on you, essentially. I mean, my gold ran out a couple of months ago. I haven't renewed it, and the offerings on Games for Gold have been fucking shocking recently. I mean, as you say, we'll get to it in out this week, but there's just I haven't found a good reason to renew the gold at this point, even though I can do so for £1 at the moment on the store.
Yeah,
I'll wait.
Did you pick up the 3 months of Game Pass for £1?
I did, yeah. I'm all sorted in that respect.
Nice.
So that'll do me for now.
Yeah, exactly. And that's you covered for a while.
Yeah, and speaking of Game Pass, here are some games that are coming out in May. Apparently there will be at least like 3 times as many as this, but this is provisionally what we've got. And a couple of them are very exciting. Firstly, Wolfenstein 2, which is a game I will definitely play through because I quite liked the first one, and this one looks right up my alley. I heard it was very difficult. That's okay. But yeah, interesting sort of man in the high castle kind of thing going on here. So that's going to be a good one to go through. The other one that I'm really looking forward to is Tacoma, which we almost picked up when it came out. A lot of changes kind of to that game, but essentially a sort of walking sim space station job, and something that looks very interesting. So looking forward to giving that a burn. Elsewhere, we've got kind of less interestingly, Wargroove, which looks a bit like a sort of tower defense-y thing. We've got Lego Batman 3, which, sure, I mean, it's a Lego game, buddy. And then for the King, which is a bit of an RPG adventure with a kind of I don't really know how to describe the art style. It looks like other games that I've seen. It's kind of like a sort of voxel tech kind of isometric-y sort of looking thing, which could be worth a little poke. And then Surviving Mars, which is a bit of a RTS, and that's something that the Xbox has been doing a lot better than the PlayStation in this particular run. Is strategy games. I did have a little burn of Halo Wars 2 this week and quite enjoyed it. So yeah,
nice,
they've done the RTS stuff a lot better in the strategy games, and by doing them a lot better, I mean there are some versus the PlayStation where there really aren't. So
yeah, that will happen.
So there we are, Game Pass. Finally from me, buddy, Valve's new VR headset officially announced this week. It's new. It's going to be incredibly expensive.
Was it about $1,000? Yeah, I think it was
£919.
There you go. That'll do.
Pre-orders are open tomorrow, I think. Is that? No, today.
Sometime. By the time you listen to this, yeah.
What can I tell you about this? Well, allow me to butcher a Eurogamer article and do so right now, buddy. The Index, it's called The Index, which I've always known as a 90s catalogue department store, mainly in kind of lesser known shopping centres like Lakeside. But here we are with a headset called The Index, featuring dual 1440 by 1600 RGB LCDs. Greater sharpness with the same rendering costs, as well as greatly reduced screen door effect. It will run at 120 Hz, fully backwards compatible to the Vive's 90 Hz, 20 degrees more field of view.
Okay.
Adjustable IPD.
Right.
Off-ear headphones designed to provide a more natural way to experience audio. Fucking hell. By interacting with the geometry of the outer ear and head.
Right, okay. I mean, I'm going to say everyone's geometry of the outer ear and head is completely different, but I'm sure they've nailed it for everyone in the world.
Absolutely. It even includes HMD cameras and a USB 3 Type A expansion port known as the Frunk.
Okay.
Yeah. The controllers are being designed specifically to facilitate open-handed interactions and longer play sessions.
Okay.
And ensure that players can interact with environments, objects, and people just like they do in the real world.
Well, there you go.
87 sensors on the controllers, capable of tracking hand position, finger position, motion, and pressure, enabling more realistic natural movements rather than relying on abstractions like triggers. And at this point you start to wonder if maybe Valve should have slimmed down their kind of workforce when they decided they'd no longer bother making video games, because it strikes me that there must be hundreds of people who have worked on this. It goes into quite a lot of detail. It gives me the impression that a lot of people in Valve, they haven't got a lot on. They're not very busy. They're like, what else can we fucking talk about? Probably abstractions like triggers.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, how many sensors should we have in this? 87 for finger tracking. Yeah. Anyway, there we are, buddy. It's $1,000 just for the headset. So sure thing. I don't know. Yeah, you can pre-order it now. They're going to start shipping them on the 28th of June. So there we are. Very much a high-end device.
Yes, for people that like to spend money on those things. So yeah, that's fine.
Gibbons. I'm sure it'd be absolutely amazing.
I'm sure it'd be
not being sarcastic at this point.
I'm guessing you need a fucking decent PC to get that running. No?
Oh yeah, I mean, all in all, you're talking about probably dropping just shy of $3,000 to get everything that you would need for this. So it's not necessarily in the everyday household at this point, buddy. But I mean, I suppose Valve positioning themselves like Mercedes in that they just bring out like weird, expensive shit, and then it slowly trickles down to the other developers of cars / VR headsets.
Yes, that makes sense.
That's my analogy anyway. And with that, buddy, that's the end of my news, and probably time to hand over to you for my favourite section, and I'm sure the listeners as well, and that, of course, is Ash's News Favourite Things of the Week.
If you like news but hate information, you have found the right place. Ash's News Favourite Thing of the Week.
Cheers, buddy. Yeah, I'm literally going through the news. Fucking, I've got loads apparently. I've just picked up 3 new news articles this second. So this is quick news coming at you. Obviously
quick news.
It's not. It's slow because I can't read. Number 1, whatever. First one. Respawn delays future of Titanfall games to focus on supporting Apex Legends. Thanks, EA. Thanks.
That sounds about right.
That sounds about right. Unfortunately, yeah, that's sad. PlayStation 4 Super Slim to be released this fall, according to leaks.
Who needs it to be smaller?
People that don't have one yet.
I don't know if that counts.
Okay.
They don't need it to be smaller. They will have the option to buy a smaller one. But
okay.
They're not replacing.
I don't know.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's what they do, buddy. It's what they do. I mean, take a disk drive out of it, put it in a new box. You got another thing that people will be like, I've got to have it because it's the new one, even though it's, hasn't got a disk drive in it, and it's more expensive. That's what it is.
It's a fair point.
Yeah. Hitman 2 expands its competitive ghost mode today, which was yesterday or the day before. So ghost mode, which we thoroughly enjoyed. So we might have to have a little dip back into that, buddy. I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? Nintendo pulls eShop game, A Dark Room, as it had a code editor built into it. I think it was in Ruby, the advanced language. I think it's advanced. I don't really know about Ruby, unfortunately. Where, you could plug a keyboard into your Switch and hit one of the buttons, and then you'd be in a code editor. Nintendo didn't like that. The developer or the guy that ported it over said that it was an Easter egg. I was like, that's nice. Yeah.
Lovely. Yeah. Like putting a golf game on your RAM when releasing a console.
Forgot about that. That's weird.
This is not allowed though.
No, this isn't allowed. Steam crosses 1 billion registered users. That's quite a lot. That's a billion.
That is a lot.
Registered. Talking, you spoke about the Valve and its new headset. Apparently, it has a flagship game heading to Steam VR. So, what game do you reckon that is?
Half-Life.
I reckon it's Portal.
I mean, I think it's probably safe to say it's one of them.
Yes. It's not going to be Left 4 Dead, is it?
I wouldn't have thought so. I mean, certainly. I mean, I can see where you're coming from with Portal because that certainly suits
that would be
VR
crazy.
better than a straight shooter does.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it comes down to how they can master movement, really. I mean, certainly
it'd be the point and click thing, wouldn't it? It'd be like over there.
Well, you look at the Steam controller, and then you know, as I said, 87 sensors on this thing.
True.
I presume you're going to be able to just sort of roll forward and back with, you know, your fingertips, kind of thing. So
maybe
it's just how you kind of get used to that, like whether that is something that's immersive. I mean, it's kind of like being in like an electric wheelchair or something, isn't it, really, if you think about it? Being able to kind of move it around with your hands and move around.
I guess so. Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got 5 things left here. We'll go for this one first. Minecraft player loses 5-year-long game. So this guy was playing permadeath survival mode in Minecraft, and after 5 years of streaming it, he died to a baby zombie and a spider. So,
wow,
unlucky for that guy. That's 5 years down the drain. Can't go back to that game. You know he's got backups of that game, though. You know
Sneaky
that he
backups.
has.
He can't stream them, though. Yeah. There'd be outrage.
No. Yeah, he'll have it there, and he'll be playing it on his own, being like, "Oh yeah, I can play this. Don't have to show anyone." Yeah, if I die, it doesn't matter anyway.
Yep.
Or you could just boot up creative mode. You know, just saying whatever. It's an option. Epic is acquiring Rocket League developer Psyonix.
Yeah, I'm not sure I like that, but okay.
I don't like that at all. But then again, I mean, what are they going to do after Rocket League? You can't really make Rocket League 2, can you?
No, but you couldn't really have predicted the creation of Rocket League. Well, I say that. Obviously, you could, because they made another game that was almost identical to it about 3 years earlier. But I mean, before that game, buddy, you couldn't have predicted what they were going to make at all. So
Indeed. Oh, mate. I'm going to end on that one. That's my favourite one. Okay, so next one, buddy. Do you remember the Razer toaster? You know, Razer, the people that make fucking Dayglow keyboards and stuff like that.
I don't remember the Razer toaster.
Okay, so anyway, it was an April Fool joke, like, I don't know, like 5, 6, 7 years ago or something like that. And yeah, it's actually being made now. After let me just check the stats. After it only took 5 years, over 45,000 Facebook likes, and 12 people getting tattoos, apparently, of the Razer toaster. And it's going to get made now. So there we go.
Project's breadwinner.
There you go. He's done some Googling.
There you go. Yeah.
So there you go. You can get a toaster with RGB lighting, and I think it puts the Razer logo on your bread when it toasts it. Might as well.
I like that. I do like that. I'm more likely to buy that than any of their other products, if I'm honest.
Givens, buddy. This is one you'll like. Rage 2, the game that's out or coming out. I don't know. I can't remember now. Yeah, it's coming out. Yeah. Is now playable on the Dreamcast. That's what the title says anyway. But as you read on, it's actually a Dreamcast with a PC inside it. But when was it the official Rage game people tweeted this out saying, it can actually be played on the Dreamcast, a lot of people lost their shit and were like, what are you on about? This is mental. And then obviously they kind of had to clarify that it wasn't a Dreamcast. It was just a PC in a Dreamcast. But I'd have that PC. It looks well good.
It does. And what an attractive console the Dreamcast was, buddy.
Indeed.
With its little
ahead of its
VMUs.
time.
Very much so. Yeah.
Oh, finally, buddy. You know how I like to talk about new consoles, and you know the next gen console that I'm most looking forward to is the Mad Box.
It's the
obviously.
Mad Box.
It's the Mad Box. You know that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Project Cars developer, whoever they are, Mad Box. Is it? No. Who are they called?
Slightly Mad Studios.
Slightly Mad. There you go. Yeah. They failed to secure the Mad Box trademark for the new console.
They hadn't trademarked it before they announced it.
No.
No. I mean, why would you?
No, you don't need to.
No.
They don't need to. Yeah, they don't need to. They just do what they fucking want. They're like, yeah, whatever.
Are they renaming it then?
They're going back to I don't know if they're renaming it or they're going to talk to. It's some French company called Madbox that have already got it. So I don't know if they'll be talking to them.
I would have googled that personally.
Yeah, it's a French studio called Madbox.
I mean, what I'm suggesting is they've made a series of catastrophic mistakes in the run up to.
I love it.
Yeah. I mean, I love it. It's kind of fitting for everything we've learned about this thing so far, for them to have not trademarked it or Googled whether there was another thing called it. That's kind of bang on the money at this point. So
Gibbons. So there you go. There's your Mad Box update, buddy, or not Mad Box anymore, maybe. Who knows? So there you go, buddy. That's also my news done for this week.
Well, thanks very much, buddy. What a bumper crop you had. That was your news. Before that, of course, was my news. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was the news. And now it's time for Out This Week.
Let's take a look at some games coming out this week. Probably filled with microtransactions, loot crates, pay-to-win mechanics. Because fuck you all. Fuck you all. Fuck you all. Fuck you all. Buy our shit.
And that is out this week.
Sure is, buddy. Let's kick things off with the May crop of games for gold and PS Plus.
Oh yeah, let's get to these
games
fucking
for gold.
Games for gold.
We've
throw that gold in for these games.
We've got Marooners, which is a minigame compilation coming to Xbox One, along with the Golf Club 2019. That's right, buddy. The PGA Tour edition. The game that obviously I'd love to be playing, having played the first and second.
I bet you wished you picked up that fucking Xbox Live Gold for £1 instead of Game Pass now.
Well, it's sitting there on the old. Store. Worth noting, of course, that for that £1, I would basically be buying these games because you don't lose them when your subscription runs out.
Technically, can you still buy it for £1?
I mean, yeah, it's on the storefront.
So you can still. Oh, okay. So it's still an offer. I thought it was either one or the other. No.
Yeah. If I thought it was worth £1, I could essentially buy the Golf Club 2019 for £1, which is nice. I probably won't do that, but anyway. Marooners and the Golf Club 2019. They're your Xbox One games, and then we've also got Earth Defense Force. It's got a series of other words after that, but it's an Earth Defense Force game, and I certainly wasn't willing to A, type it, and B, say it. So it's an Earth Defense Force game, and Comic Jumper, which, if I'm not mistaken, buddy, is actually already on Game Pass, and that seems a bit weird to me that they'd have that as a Games for Gold game. Something that's already on Game Pass. Seems a bit odd. It's just how I feel.
I mean, I've got nothing to say about it.
Got no opinion on that.
Rightly
so.
Good news about the Golf Club 2019. I'd definitely play that, but apart from that, pretty wank. And if you don't like golf games, then really fucking wank.
Yeah, especially terrible. Absolutely right. Meanwhile, in Sony's corner, buddy, this is PS Plus. We have as far as I'm concerned, a much better lineup. But financially speaking, 2 games that are probably worth like a combined £4 on PS Plus. And of course, we've got no PS3 or cross-play games anymore, so it's literally just this. You get What Remains of Edith Finch, which is a sort of fantasy walking sim, which I highly recommend. I look forward to blitzing through the first couple of hours of that thing and finishing it off on PlayStation in the hope that it perhaps maintains some sort of plus 15 frame rate on that system rather than on the old
Do you reckon
Xbox.
The Pro can handle it?
I have no idea. It's entirely possible that the engine is just fucking shit. Meanwhile, you could also download, buddy, in May on PS Plus, Overcooked, which, as we all know, is a wonderful stroke, incredibly frustrating game that I presume you can pick up for sub £5 at this point.
Yeah, I think Overcooked 2 is like £13 at the moment, or it was in the last sale anyway.
Nevertheless, very good game.
Yeah, I mean, I will, whatever about Overcooked was something, sing its praises or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He loves it.
Till the roosters come home. It's great. I really enjoyed it. It's fantastic. This is just a great opportunity for PS Plus subscription or subscribers to get this game if you haven't already got it. And definitely download it and play it. But still, fucking wank.
Gibbons.
Across the board.
Pretty poor all around, but there we are. Meanwhile, there are 2 things coming out this week.
Covertly has also stated that Overcooked was on Games for Gold.
Oh, yeah, there you go. So it's another one of those ones that's been on both services. Sure, yeah. I don't know, it's incredibly underwhelming, isn't it? I mean, I don't think we can go specifically on the perceived value of these things. It has to come down to the quality of the software to a degree. But at the same time, when you're paying for a service and kind of part of that payment is for software specifically, Microsoft have always done quite a good job of calculating the value of things and kind of shouting from the rooftops, whereas Sony not really giving that much of a shit. I just think since they took out the older consoles games, it looks like a very, very slimline perk at this point, and it's just going back to the point where you're essentially just paying to play online games again, which a lot of people probably won't do because a lot of people don't play online with.
Going back in the chat, Covetly's asked, he's not a PS owner, how does Plus work? Do you get to keep the games after your sub ends? And that's obviously, we know that's a no. When your subscription ends, then you don't have access to these games. I didn't know, or I forgot, that on Xbox you keep those games. Is that right?
I'm pretty sure. I can't remember.
He said, at least they've got that used to be going for them on Xbox. Yeah, he's saying, they do keep it. That's incredible. That's really good. I mean,
originally, I'm pretty sure it was the 360 games we used to keep forever, and the Xbox One games you couldn't.
Okay, but do we know if that's changed then? You keep the Xbox One games now? Yes. Oh, I don't know. I think
you do. I'm confused at this point.
We'll find out at some point, I'm sure.
Pretty sure.
Anyway.
I'm pretty sure you keep them. You certainly keep some of them. I'm pretty sure you keep all of them. But yes, PS Plus, as soon as that runs out, you can't fire up any of that software anymore. It's just gone.
Okay.
Until you resubscribe, all of your PS Plus titles are just locked.
Yeah, they're locked. You don't have a license for them. Yeah.
Yeah. Worth noting that with the help of family sharing, you can share a PS Plus subscription, though, buddies. You don't have to both have it. So that's worth noting. If you do your family sharing where you split the cost of software, then you can also split the cost of services like PS Plus. So, yeah.
Nice. Covertly, he's going on to confirm it. That yes, any game that is available with Games for Gold or Games with Gold is yours forever. Linked to that gamer tag. Nice. Cheers, buddy.
Nice. Yeah, thanks for that. Doing the work that we probably should have done before.
Yeah.
Either way, in terms of actual games that you can buy this week, Yakuza Kiwami 2 comes out on PC. I feel like that game's been coming out on a weekly basis for the last 2 or 3 months. And Life is Strange 2 Episode 3 also arrives.
Is it out on the Switch yet? Do we know?
That is what Yakuza Kiwami 2.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'd be able to get it to run, buddy. It would be an absolute feat
it'd be
of modern
amazing
engineering
if they
to get
Jesus.
that. To get that
Imagine that.
But yeah. Life is Strange 2 Episode 3 out on PS4, Xbox One and Switch. I can't believe they've got that to run on Switch. And that is literally it, buddy. That is out this week, other than some like Japanese titty games, which I don't tend to mention. That is out this week. And now it's time for Fuckwit Corner.
Fuckwit Corner with Funk. Fuckwit Corner with Funk. He's got some questions for Funk.
Has he got any questions this week, buddy?
He really does. Just the saga of Neo continues.
I keep seeing him play
it. he was mentioning that originally he thought it was shit, and then we kind of learned that he had essentially had it on like fucking hardcore mode without realizing it.
Yeah, being over cucumbered,
affecting the gameplay somewhat. Then he realized that it's actually a much better game when you can play it as intended rather than with this sort of thing on there. It's been like a sort of a slow realization that that actually he might quite like this game. And this week, Funk says, Neo is good. There, I said it. And he also says you can play it online co-op, Bloodborne style, I believe. Yeah, I mean, I really kind of want to play this thing now. It's in
the sale.
Is it? Oh.
It's in the sale, yeah. So
sounds a lot like a game we'd both play for an hour and a half and then never again.
And never again, I know. That's the thing. It's like, that might be really good, that game. Yeah, we should probably play it for an hour and a half and never go back to it, yeah.
What can you do? Yeah.
Yeah.
One of those things, yeah. So thanks very much for that, Funk. He slowly warmed to it over a period of weeks, and it's been quite the soap opera getting there, and nice to hear.
Nice, yeah.
Obviously, a great opportunity as this podcast goes live over the weekend to welcome Funk and his missus to the town of Tunbridge Wells, buddy, as he's got the keys and he's moved in. He's in like Flint. It's literally a 6-minute walk in the direction I am pointing, which no one can see because my cam's off. But it does mean that next Tuesday, buddy, will be the inaugural trip for Funk down to Cassidy's to watch the football with myself and friend of the podcast, Paul. So, salad days, if you will. Such excitement. And welcome to the ponciest town in the southeast, buddy. I believe you'll fit in very well.
You fucking made it.
Yeah, he's done it. He's done it. So thanks very much for that, Funk.
Every week we end the show with questions and comments sent in by you. If you've got anything for us, just pop an email to the JfG Podcast at gmail.com or contact us on Facebook, Twitter, or at justforgamers.co.uk.
And now it's time for JfG Street Beat.
You got a question we want to know. Street Beat. Facebook, Twitter, we're on them all. So hit us up and be on the show. Street Beat. The JfG Street Beat.
Street Beat.
We want to know.
Get on the show.
Gibbons. And firstly, PJ's on the show. He just wanted to make a quick comment about PS Plus. And this, again, is an example of maybe the quality of the game being more important than the value of it. PJ says, Overcooked on PS Plus is quite cool for those who don't already have it. Very much a sort of Kimi Räikkönen-esque sort of thing to say there, buddy, but you're absolutely right. It is quite cool for people who don't have it because it's a very good game. And I'm sure that Everyone will enjoy playing that, maybe with children, and then, as you did, buddy, going into like advanced mode when they'd fucked off to bed, just caning through it with the missus and getting all them stars. Beautiful
Obviously,
stuff.
yeah, getting the fucking job done.
Seasoned vets, they really are. Should go take it on the circuit, buddy. MLG, pretty important. So yeah, thanks very much for that, PJ. And then the only other thing we probably wanted to mention this week, buddy, was a little bit of a chat that was going on in the Discord, wasn't there, over the last week or so?
It's been chat central this week, on the podcast this week. We've had chat constantly in the Discord. There's been chat. I can't keep up with the chat.
And if you want to get on the old Discord chat, buddies, then of course you can by heading over to our website, www.thejfgpodcast.co.uk, and you'll find a link to the Discord channel that you can join and have a lovely time chatting away with such wonderful people as our glorious benefactor JJ, for example. There's a little example for you. Cosmic Dad, perhaps you might want to have
Cosmic
a chat
Dad's
to.
in there.
He's cosmic and a dad. So
yeah, it's true.
There you are. And yeah, there's just been kind of a bit of chat about hardware this week, hasn't there? Although I did want to mention that the Surge, a bit of a shout out for the Surge from Cosmic Dad, who seems to have been tucking into that because it was on PS Plus, and really enjoyed it. So that's worth noting, isn't it?
Yeah, the main thing that I wanted to address that he was talking about, though, was his initial thoughts on the PS5, because obviously last week we were talking about the SSD sizes and all that gubbins. So I'll just read out a snippet of what he says, really, and I'll read it really well, so don't you worry. So his initial thoughts on the PS4 were it will only have a small optimal gaming SSD, maybe 250 gig with a 2 terabyte hard drive stacked inside. So obviously some sort of hybrid thing, if you like. I suspect start time of a game will include copying it from the HDD to the SSD. SSD, more like. Which is kind of what we suggested, which will maybe add 10-20 seconds to most games, but then makes it fly during the actual runtime of the game. So yeah, he goes on about how the prices of SSDs now, you can get a terabyte for $50 or something like that, maybe a bit more, but in 12 months time, that's going to be coming down, and yeah, so I still feel like it's going to be pure solid state. I don't think it's going to be a hybrid drive. I don't know why. Call me mental.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the thing that I'm struggling with is how big does this drive need to be at a minimum? A launch version of the console. How much space does this console have to have as a? It
has to have 2 terabytes. Has to.
Well, in that case, yeah. From where I'm sitting, there is no way that a console coming out in a year's time is going to launch with a 2 terabyte SSD in it and not be like a reasonable price. I don't see it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just coming from it like a bit old school. Like I'm kind of overvaluing SSD drives, but 2 terabyte SSD is standard. I don't think so. Not even in
it can't. It has to have more than a terabyte because the PS Pro has got a terabyte in it. It has to have more than a terabyte in it.
Yeah, but I mean the 500 gig that came as standard with the PS4 wasn't really enough, but they still shipped it with it.
Yeah, but you can't come out with the same amount of storage as the previous one, can you? Like that's just fucking clown shoes.
Does seem crazy. I think it'll have. I'm really not sure. I think there must be an SSD. I think there'll be a hybrid. I think it will be a hybrid. And I'm going to say it's a. I suppose it's a 2 terabyte hybrid, but I certainly don't think it's going to be a straight SSD. I think it'd be too expensive for them because they're starting to make this thing now. If they're going to be. Yeah,
of course they are. It needs to be out there for people to start making games on it.
Yeah, and I know that they're going to be making a lot of it for a while, but it just that strikes me as incredibly expensive.
Gibbons. Anyway, yeah, then there's a big old chat about PC components and gubbins like that. So if that's your cup of tea, buddies, head on to our Discord, which is, on our website, like Alex said. I've been asked if it's on our Twitch page. I don't know. Probably not. I haven't updated that for about 3 years, so more than likely not.
No,
I will check. Bear with me. Talk about stuff, and I'll check while you do that. But yeah.
Well, only to say that it's been an incredibly disappointing performance from Liverpool in the Camp Nou this evening, buddy. And
boo.
It's a little bit sad to see. I don't really see a way back for them in the second leg, which is pretty unfortunate. But I'd also like to commend us on maintaining some sort of degree of decorum on the podcast and not really letting on that we were also watching a football match whilst doing the podcast this week, buddy, which suggests to me that men can multitask, and this sexism that's rife in society needs to be addressed, frankly.
Gibbons. So I've checked the Twitch. That's a no. The Discord isn't on there, but there is a link to our website on there. So if you click on that link and then click on the Discord icon, it's on the right-hand side. That'll get you onto there. There you go, buddy.
Jump through our fucking hoops, bitches.
Yeah, come on. Click at least 3 buttons.
Yeah, absolute given. Yeah, no, worth getting involved on there, especially if you're a fucking geek. And by that, I mean us and anyone who probably listens to us. Welcome to the party. There we are.
See, once again, Covert Lee in the chat, he's confirming your multitasking skills by the fact that he's currently playing Hitman 2 whilst watching us on his phone.
There you go. That's how it's
multitasking.
Done. That's the modern way. Blur sang about it a while back. And
quite a while back.
I think the Kaiser Chiefs joined in a little portion later, buddy.
Yeah, possibly.
Probably quite a while back as well. But I don't need to pad anymore because you've done your looking up. So I'm going to bring this fucking shambles to a close.
Yes!
Thanks so much for listening, buddies. We'll be back next week because we fucking always are. But thank you so much for joining us this evening, if you did, and for listening throughout the week, if you did that instead. Although I thank you slightly less for not being with us for the live stream.
Obviously. So, yeah, massive shout out to Covert Lee, who actually followed us on Twitch tonight. So thank you very much.
Absolutely. Guest starring, I'd say. Yeah.
Indeed, co-host, really.
Absolutely.
I'd say.
Yeah.
And someone else followed up fucking right at the beginning. Vipin87 actually followed us. So, yeah, thank you to you as well.
You guys are literally more important than everyone else who's listening. So thanks very much for that. Hope you enjoyed our talk of shoes at the start of the show there. And if anyone knows why there's a Sonic movie being made, then if they could get in touch, we'd very much appreciate it. We'll include it in Street Beat next week. Until then, we're off to go and look at the new PlayStation sale and probably spunk some of our hard-earned cash on a game we'll play for a matter of minutes. We'll catch you next time, buddies. Until then, I've been Alex. He has been Ash.
Goodbye.
Farewell. You've been listening to the JfG Podcast with Ash and me, Alex. You can find us at www.thejfgpodcast.co.uk, where you'll also find our Discord and Street Beat if you want to get involved with the show. Our Facebook is /the JfG Podcast, and our Twitter handle is @the JfG Podcast. We're on all those video streaming sites too, buddies, from TubeTube to twitch.tv /the JfG Podcast to mixer.com, aka beam.fucking-pro. We've got a PS4 community you can join, just search the JfG Podcast on there, and we're also on Google Plus if that is how you choose to live your life. Thanks so much for listening, buddies. We'll catch you next time.